Samsung's The Frame Pro seems like a big upgrade over the Samsung Frame. But in reality, is that what we're actually getting with the Frame Pro? Let's dive right into it. How's it going, everybody? It's KG from SamMobile. So today we're going to be taking a look at the Frame Pro from Samsung. This is an edge-lit mini LED TV. So it's very similar to the Frame in that it is edge-lit, but it's going to be using mini LED technology. Does this make it that much of a better TV? That's what we're here to find out and explain to you in this full review. Let's start off with some basic specifications with this TV in mind. The TV is capable of 4K 144Hz on all 4 ports, but before you get excited, if you are a gamer, you'll have to know that this is a wireless One Connect box. It is going to come with some downsides with the input lag. So you're going to have some issues with input lag. There is a slower input lag overall. We're looking at much higher latency than we were used to, where if it was connected to the TV. Now there is an optional micro HDMI port on the back of the TV, but we couldn't get this to work for 144 Hz, so we don't think this is capable of 144 Hz unless we just had a bad unit. And I have to say that when we hooked up 60 Hz to the port, it seemed to work just fine. So if you wanted to operate your games in 60 Hz, that's absolutely possible. But for right now, I'm just gonna say that if you're a gamer, there's definitely better TVs to look at. And unfortunately, if you're not a gamer, there's probably better TVs to look at as well. As when we're looking at the Frame Pro, I'm looking at the contrast levels and I'm not very impressed. It does have issues with contrast. So if you're in a dark room trying to watch something dark, you will notice that the blacks just cannot get black, and you are going to have issues with some of those darker scenes, just like you did with the Samsung Frame because it is edge-lit. So the mini LED doesn't really solve anything in that department, unfortunately. Where we did see a boost was going to be with the brightness overall. It does seem to be brighter than the Frame, and it has a little bit more color going for it as well. So this is a bright, colorful TV, no doubt about that, but contrast is where it does suffer the most. Let's get into the experiences I've had with this TV. In terms of SDR viewing, which is the majority of content that you're watching on TV, you can get away with this TV as a pretty good TV overall. You won't see many issues with contrast, as you're not going to run into too many contrasty scenes unless you're watching a movie. If you're watching a movie, that's definitely where you're going to see the contrast show up as a big problem. But if you're watching things like sports or news or anything like that on daily basic television, sitcoms, things like that, this is a functional TV and it looks really good. It's very bright, it can overcome the sunlight in the room, and it does a very good job overall. It's really not until you get into movies where you start to see the issues. Now going on to HDR, it does have the capability to do HDR, very bright scenes, and it looked spectacular overall. The colors were great, and I didn't have too many issues with HDR on this TV in general, where in the past, the Frame, I definitely did think that was a TV that lacked on the HDR front. So that's a definite upgrade with the Frame Pro in mind. But when it came down to the dark scenes, displaying shadows, and just having a great dark room experience, you just weren't going to get that with this TV, unfortunately. Now, displaying artwork is definitely capable of that, and that's where it does shine the most. It does have the matte screen coating, which a lot of people like for displaying their artwork. So if you need that display that does do a really good job of eliminating reflections from sunlight, it's going to be a good TV for you overall to have in that room where you're going to display your art and also use it as a functional TV. When getting into the Tizen OS operating system, at times it felt very snappy and very fast overall, but I have to say there was times also where we ran into some bugs and issues where it was sluggish and slow. So unfortunately, it was a little bit more inconsistent than the TVs we reviewed in the past that were Samsung products, like the S95F and the S90F. We didn't really have any issues with Tizen overall. It seemed to be a snappy experience. So we're not sure if this is going to be something that changed with the firmware update where the OS got worse, or if it's just going to be the experience overall with the Frame Pro just because it uses a different system internally. Maybe that's the reasoning. I'm not really sure exactly. But in terms of the AI functionality, Samsung did just add an update that added Microsoft Copilot, and this makes the AI experience a lot better than it was in the past. They also still have their AI experience where you're going to be pressing the AI button when you're watching content, and you can pull up things like who's in the movie, what the character from the movie is wearing, and where you can buy that clothes exactly. So these things are kind of cool features that you get with Samsung's the Frame Pro, as well as all their other TVs that have the AI button enabled on their TVs, which is most of them for their 2025 lineup. But I do think that Samsung just has better TVs in their lineup overall that you should be looking at, even for the same price tag. We're looking at a price right now that is almost the same price as an OLED TV, and that's where I would suggest your money goes. And I have to say that this is not even near an OLED TV in terms of picture quality. So if you're looking at this as a TV, I would definitely look at an OLED TV, and pretty much every other TV in this price bracket is going to be better than the Frame Pro as well if you're looking at it for just a TV. But the chances are you're not looking at it for just a TV. You're wondering, does it do everything that the Frame does, but just a little bit better? And the answer to that question is, yeah, it does, because it has those functionalities like we mentioned with being a wireless One Connect box instead of a wired One Connect box. And it does seem to be brighter overall and has a little bit more color going for it as well. But it's not a night and day difference, and that's the biggest issue that I have with this TV other than the price tag. It just doesn't feel like a pro version of the Frame, like the name states. And I look at it as almost just a little bit of an upgrade over the Frame. I really wish that Samsung would have went with something other than edge-lit for this design. It just feels like I've been wanting more since having the Frame Pro and looking at it. And Samsung lent this for a review, and we have already since sent it back, but it definitely gave me a conclusion that I would never buy the Frame Pro personally. And that's what I could convey on to you guys, is that only buy this if you're looking for an art TV. If you need an art TV and that's specifically what you want the TV for because you have the design and the aesthetic needs for that, then you can grab the Frame Pro. But there are so many better TVs for the price tag than the Frame Pro. Unfortunately, I cannot give this a recommendation for that reason. Look into the S90F when it's on sale. This is definitely going to be our most recommended TV of the year. When it comes down to SamMobile, that's what we're going to recommend to you, is the S90F. And I really think that that's where your money should go instead of the Frame Pro, unless you need an art TV. Hopefully this video was helpful to you, and if you want to check out that S90F we were just talking about, we do have a video review of that right here. Be sure to subscribe to the channel for more Samsung products. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.